Hi, it's Jamie with Jamie's Arts a la Carte. Thank you very much for joining me. I have a fun project planned for us today. I hope this video inspires you to create something of your own. If you would, hit the like button and share the video with your friends. That helps me to grow this channel and to continue to bring you new projects. If you haven't subscribed yet, would you please consider subscribing? And if you have, thank you very much. Well, we have a lot to do, so let's get to it. Hi, it's Jamie with Jamie's Arts a la Carte. Thank you so much for joining me today. So I've got a porch leaner that I want to paint for the outside of my home. I'm going to make a spring time kind of sign, and it's dual-sided, right? So maybe one side spring and one side 4th of July. We'll see. I've got a Christmas and a Thanksgiving already. I've got my different paints in here, and I'm going to go ahead and use my house paints, right? Because it's going to be outside. So instead of using my deco paints, I'm going to use a house paint on this. So I'm going to start by creating a drop cloth out of a big old bag. And then I'm going to start looking through my paints and picking out my colors. And I'll start with a flat white. I always do that because raw wood will soak up the paint really quickly. So that's where we'll start. All right, we have a lot to do, y'all. Let's get to it. There we go. That one looks like it got smashed along the way. All right, there are those. Let's slip this in the drawer just to keep it here, just in case we decide we want to use that. So now I'm just going to, I'm not going to tape off letters or anything. I'm going to just put a white coat right on the board. Those for the finishing touches. All right, I gotta go get my paint opener, and we'll start putting a coat on here. think we'll let this coat be the first coat. And once it dries, we'll see where we're at. See if I can put a color coat on or if I need to do another white. But there we are. I've got the sides. I think I got everything here. Try to get in all these little nooks and crannies and feather it out. All right, we'll let it dry. All right, I got all the letters off. It looks like I used a chainsaw in some areas. I want to go ahead and get my base color on, and then I'm going to wood glue this down. We'll paint our letters, and we'll just sort of let it dry and then get it assembled. All right, my thought on this one is to just paint some really fun flowers on this board, and that's what will decorate it. All right, and this again is just oops paint. So let me get this little skin off of here. All right, get it good and stirred. Get this off where it won't stick again. There we go. So just going to paint up to the letter. Take this, all right, feather it out, there we go. We might need another coat, and we'll find out when it dries. I'm going to leave that there, and then what I'm going to do is I want to paint my letters. I think I'm going to paint this real bright teal color. Hopefully I have enough. I was hard on my razor blade on this project. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint them and then lay them out to dry. This one needs a little cleaning up. All right, there we go. All right, let's see what we got here. this feels dry, so I'm going to take, what to do with my popsicle stick. I'm using wood glue and just going to put a little bit underneath here. And then I'm going to actually, this bottle is kind of heavy, so I'm going to actually put that on there. I'm going to let that dry because I'll be able to use it again. All right, let's actually, I need something bigger. Let's go there. Let's see, what about, all right, so we'll let everything dry. Oh, good, good. All right, there we go. And if we need to put another coat on it, we will, but we are going to put a lot of flowers on here, so it's probably going to be good just the way it is. All right, we'll let everything dry. We won't, I'm not going to touch nothing, just to make sure that it stays like this, right? I didn't splatter with the blue. I'm doing good. Whew. All right, let's let it dry. All right, we're going to work on getting our flowers put on here. Get them good and shook up. All right, we're going to use this bright orange. Let's see what we got in here. And they're both acrylic, so I won't have a conflict there. I'm going to use this bright yellow. This pink background with the blue letters. I think that'll look pretty from the road. I'm just going to do simple little flowers. And just sort of go from there. All right. Use this as my little palette. I want to be able to close these up because I have a fan on. I don't want to dry out my paint before I can get my projects completed. Okay. And then I'm just going to, try to load this. I want some on one side, so I'm just going to go back and forth, load up my brush, and put that here. And now we're going to come and pick some up. All right. Right, we're making progress. So I'm just defining these leaves a little bit, just doing a little wiggle. And these aren't supposed to be realistic flowers, right? They're kind of large, so that from the road they're easy to be seen, right? I'm trying to get a little point on there to come in between. Oh, and then I do want to get a little whoosh, like the little piece in the middle. Just a little wiggle. And then try to take it right off the edge and then right up the middle. All right, let's see, I think that's it for the green. So then the last little thing I want to do, and I think I want to put, I'm going to do a couple different dots. So in the middle of your flower, right, I'm going to just put like the last little pieces in here. I'm going to do a couple colors, I think. I'm just going to dot, random. And then I got to decide, do I want to put yellow there or do I want to put white? I might do white because we don't have white really anywhere else. So there's that. Okay, I think the green is done. And let's see. There's some white here. After I get the white dots in here, the next thing I'll want to do is come back like where the letters are at. And I'm just going to give it a rough sand, right? Because I wanted to make sure that flower went underneath the letter itself. So I'm going to give it, because this is kind of shiny, this orange, so it is a really high gloss. So I want to do that because I'm just going to use wood glue, just like before, to glue my letters on. So it'll look, so I want to make sure that the top will go on there, but it'll look something like that. And see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it. See, I should have come a little further down. It was hard to tell here. So I'm going to sort of lay them on there and see if I need to touch up anywhere before I start gluing. So that's the next step of the process. But I'll start by sanding here to get that gloss off, so that I don't have to worry about whether my glue stays in place or not. So here's the white. And I'm just going to take a small paintbrush and I'm just going to do the little dip thing. Dip, dip. Dot, 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 dot. It dries pretty fast being flat, so the green is really already dry. That's okay, I think. Just like the center where all the little seeds are usually for a flower. And I like doing it this way because some are big and some are small. So it just helps with that randomness. All right, there's our flower. Let's do it again here. So maybe you can see it. Just random little dots. And again. A little more intense than what I thought it was going to be, you know, popping off the letters. I have one more of these signs, and what I'm going to do is pop the letters off before I ever give it that first coat and see how it goes from there. See if that's easier. So let's make that one. Okay, I think that is it. Clean off our brush. I will let all of this dry, and then we will start working on sanding in here. I don't want to sand while anything's wet, but we'll sand like right near where the letters go, and then I'm going to literally place the letters on there and see, like here, I think I might need to bring the green in, and that's not a big deal, easy to do. Maybe even there, I'll have to look. But, and you probably will never see that from the road, but my mailman will if he ever comes up to my door. So I'll get that fixed, and we'll just sort of go from there. All right, great progress. Time to let it dry. I think I always have to say that, don't I? All right, let's let it dry. Okay, so our paint is dry. And when I place my letters, I think I need just a smidge here, but I don't see that anywhere else. So that's good news. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add I'm going to sand here first, and then I'm going to add this. That way I can sand the other areas so we can get these glued on there. How about that? Whew. That took a minute to do, didn't it? Let's unload all these paint cans and see what we have. Look at this, y'all. It's looking pretty. All right. Well, look at that. There is our spring side. Well, there it is. It's all done and dry. I think it looks good on the wall. I'll give you a picture of the front and then the other side, right, the 4th of July side. But there we are. Phew, what a project. All right, well, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please like it. Share it with your friends. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. And well, until next time, happy crafting.